Think of the potential of having access to all these games on one piece of hardware instead of having to buy three. So Xbox just got a huge W, winning their case against the FTC trying to block their acquisition of Blizzard and Activision. In the case, the FTC could not substantiate that Xbox had no intention of releasing Call of Duty on PlayStation or their platforms. A major thing that came out in this case is that Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox, and others have relayed that they are not interested in winning the console wars. And this makes me speculate that soon, consoles may go completely away to something different entirely, and I'll explain why. So, Xbox with their exclusives, they have been releasing them simultaneously on Xbox Series X and PC. PlayStation is re-releasing their games several years after their launch onto PC and is slowly following in the same footsteps as Xbox, but is not quite there yet. As a PC owner, personally, I have no reason to purchase an Xbox because I already have PC with hardware to play those games. If I wanted to get a console between PlayStation or Xbox, I would definitely go with PlayStation, just so that way I can have access to the games as they are launched and do not have to wait that buffer period. Like, honestly, when I think it comes to games, I think they're just going to entirely, eventually, possibly, just get rid of consoles. Or do something streaming based. Consoles are very expensive to make. In fact, they cost more to make than they actually sell them at retail value. How they make up the loss is through accessories and games. Sales of games, which they get a cut of. So, accessories would be like controllers and headsets, things of that nature. And then the games being physical discs and digital copies, they get a percentage of. With hardware getting more and more expensive and more advanced, the demand for quality in games is getting higher with graphics and specs. It's becoming less and less practical to actually make gaming consoles. What I speculate is in the future, they may focus more on digital sales, as they are showing already. Physical discs are starting to go away in favor of digital sales. Phil Spencer literally said they lost the worst generation to lose the console wars, the one where people were building a digital library. What this means is when they buy a new Xbox, the next generation of Xbox, all their digital purchases from the last generation will convert onto the next generation. So that also goes for Sony. With major acquisitions and purchasing of major publishers, there is potential to build up a pretty massive library of games. With this, there is also a potential to focus more on streaming, where you put all your exclusive titles made in the past and all the new titles onto a service where people can download games for a certain monthly fee. With games becoming very expensive to make, that could easily be $100 a month. So my worry is eventually in the future, we're going to have Xbox Game Pass or some PlayStation Now thing where it's a digital library of games that you can select from and download for a limited period of time for free once you paid the subscription or whatever. And that's how you play video games. That's literally a possibility of how I think things may go in the future. Now, I very well could be wrong. They could continue to focus more on hardware and keep that going. But regardless, reality is physical copies are becoming a thing of the past, with whole stores being focused on digital purchases such as Steam. Now, as Sony gets more and more comfortable with releasing games, exclusive games on PC, there's going to be less of a reason for people to buy PlayStation hardware. And Xbox, they've already made less of a reason to buy their hardware. So Nintendo may follow along and do the same thing. And then eventually, after a while, there's a possibility that it's just going to be too costly to make such consoles. And perhaps there is a possibility that consoles get ditched altogether. Consoles offer a lot of convenience. It's pretty easy to hook up, You can also put it on your TV, and that's really nice, as opposed to oftentimes computers having little small monitors. So you can definitely see better, and it's a lot easier with setup. It's just overall, to some, more convenient than actually having a PC. But still, I do feel like that customers are going to feel less of a need to potentially buy consoles as people get more comfortable with PC gaming. And I honestly feel that if every gaming company starts following this trend, consoles may die out. They may just poof, gone from existence. Now, personally, I hope not, because, I definitely don't mind consoles. There is some inconveniences with consoles of, things such as like online play and having to pay monthly fees for access to online services through Xbox Live, the Nintendo Switch Online, or, PlayStation Plus. All that I wish I didn't have to deal with. All those extra fees. It seems like PC at the moment doesn't have those things, but they could introduce them in the future. It's just really agitating. So let me know your thoughts below. I definitely see this as a win for Xbox overall, and I do think it's going to offer some competition to Sony. I think Sony players are going to win from this. I think Xbox game players are going to win for this. But I think in the long run, the whole console market might lose. Who knows? Who knows? I may be wrong. In 20 years, we may still have consoles going and none of the subscription services. This is all purely speculative. So let me know if you agree with that in the comments down below. And tell me your reasons. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Till next time.